All right, let's talk about one of those concepts in Spanish that, once it clicks, changes everything. We're diving into relative clauses and that tricky subjunctive switch. Mastering this is what really separates good Spanish from great B2 level Spanish. It's going to make you sound so much more natural. And to get our heads around it, let's start with a really common situation.
So, picture this. You're trying to find a new apartment in, say, Bratislava. You've got this perfect image in your head of what you want, but how do you actually talk about that dream apartment? The one you're looking for versus the real one you just found and put a deposit on? That little difference right there. That's the key to everything we're talking about today.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with the basics, our connecting words. Then we'll hit the big question, the one that decides everything. After that, we'll compare the known and unknown worlds, figure out what to do when something just isn't there, and finally, we'll add a little polish to everything.
Okay, first up, let's just quickly make sure we're all on the same page with the basic tools we're going to be using today. These are the words that build the bridges in our sentences.
We're talking about relative pronouns. And that sounds super technical, but all they really are connector words. Think of words like that, which, or who in English. Their whole job is just to tack on some extra information about a person, place, or thing.
And in Spanish, these are the main players you'll see. Que is kind of your do-everything workhorse. Quien is for people, and donde is for places. We're going to focus mostly on these because they're absolutely essential for getting this whole subjunctive thing right.
All right, let's get to the heart of it. This is the big B2 challenge. Once you use one of those connecting words, what comes next? Is it the normal verb you're used to, the indicative, or do we have to use the subjunctive?
And look, this isn't just some minor detail. The Instituto Cervantes itself, the official authority on Spanish, says this is a cornerstone B2 skill. Why? Because getting this right means you can move smoothly between talking about what's real and what's just an idea. And that is a massive leap in fluency.
So here it is. This is the one question that changes absolutely everything. You just have to ask yourself, the thing I'm talking about, is it a real, specific thing that I know exists? Your answer to that question is like a light switch that tells you whether to use the indicative or the subjunctive.
So let's see that light switch in action. It's almost like we're looking at two different worlds. The world of stuff we know for sure, and the world of stuff we're just hoping for or looking for.
This table lays it out so perfectly. Just look at the left side. Everything here is a fact. Conozco a un guía que habla eslovaco. I know this guy, he's a real person. Or, tengo un piso que tiene un balcón. It's my apartment, I have the keys, I can go stand on that balcony. It's concrete. Now, look to the right. Busco un guía que hable eslovaco. I'm searching. I don't have a specific person in mind, it's a job requirement. Quiero un piso que tenga un balcón. That's my wish list for a new place. It's not real yet. See that? It's known versus unknown, fact versus wish.
So let's really nail this down. Indicative is for reality, plain and simple. Tengo un amigo que vive en Bratislava. You're just stating a fact. This friend is a real person, you could call him up right now.
But the moment you say, busco o alguien que viva en Bratislava, bam! You flip the switch. You are officially in search mode. You're not talking about a specific person anymore. You're describing the type of person you hope to find. Their existence is not confirmed. It's a desire, not a fact.
Okay, so we've covered things you know exist and things you're looking for. But what about when you're talking about something that you are absolutely sure does not exist?
Well, this actually follows our rule perfectly. If you're saying something doesn't exist, then by definition, it's not a known specific thing, right? So you got to use the subjunctive. Always. For example, no hay ningún barrio que tenga todo lo que necesito. There's no neighborhood that has everything I need. That statement puts you squarely in subjunctive territory.
Okay, you've totally got the main idea. So for our last part here, let's just level up a little and add some polish by seeing how prepositions fit into all this.
You're going to see prepositions all the time. Words like para, con, en, popping up before your relative pronoun. Don't let that throw you off. The fundamental logic, that known versus unknown light switch, stays exactly the same.
Here's a great example. La empresa para la que trabajo es eslovaca. Let's ask our magic question. Is the company real and specific? Yep, I work there. I know it exists. So the verb trabajo stays in the indicative. See? Simple.
And it's the same logic right here. El amigo con quien hablé es de Košice. Am I talking about some random friend or a specific person I talk to. It's a specific person. So the verb is indicative, no subjunctive needed.
And for that final touch of B2 polish, you can swap in a more formal pronoun like el cual. Check this out. Este es el libro con el cual aprendí español. The logic is identical. The book is a specific, known thing, so the verb is indicative, but using el cual just gives it a slightly more formal, even literary flavor.
So look, if you only remember one thing from all this, make it this. The crucial point is, if you can mentally point to the thing you're describing, it's real, it's specific. Use the indicative. But if you're searching for it, wishing for it, or just describing a type of thing you can't point to yet, you gotta use the subjunctive.
And that brings me to a final question for you. Think about your own life right now. What's one thing you have? Maybe it's tengo un trabajo que me gusta. And now, what's one thing you're looking for? Maybe busco una casa que tenga un jardín. Go on, give it a try. Because honestly, applying this rule to your own life is the absolute fastest way to make it stick.